I'm always telling you that breakups and spin-offs can be terrific ways for companies to unlock value. But sometimes the value creation takes time. Consider Zoetis, symbol ZTS. Here's a company that used to be Pfizer's animal health division, until it was spun off in January of last year, with the stock popping 19% on its first day of trading. Zoetis is the leading maker of drugs and vaccines for both livestock and pets, different markets. Much faster-growing business than the big pharma company it was spun out of. But even though the company delivered a solid quarter when it last reported a month ago, with earnings coming in at 38 cents per share, 1 cent beat on slightly lighter than expected revenues that were dragged down by some one-time items, Zoetis' stock has done next to nothing since it started trading on the open market a year and a half ago. Shares opened at $31.50, they're now $32. That said, this is a nice, consistent grower with a reasonable valuation. Sooner or later, I have to believe Zoetis will have its moment. Don't take it from me, though. Let's check in with Juan Ramón Alaix. He's the CEO of Zoetis. Learn more about his company and its prospects. Mr. Alaix, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim.
Your presentations, sir, are all about bringing out value, and you do spin off a lot of cash. What is the way, frankly, to get the stock moving?
Well, focus on delivering the results.
Okay.
And we had last year, that it was the year of the separation. We managed the complexity of the separation from Pfizer, and we delivered our objective. And we delivered very strong growth. In fact, we grew double than the market, which is very good results considering that we were, as I said, managing the complexity of the separation.
Right, but you think 2014 will be clear exactly how well your company's doing?
Well, we just disclosed our guidance for 2014. We are convinced that in 2014 we continue growing and also growing earnings faster than revenues.
Okay, now your company is integral to the food chain. Two companies were just bidding wildly high for a company called Hillshire Brands. They can only pull that kind of thing off if Zoetis is doing the science behind keeping the animals healthy.
Well, that's correct. And we are investing significantly in R&D to bring vaccines and also pharmaceuticals to the market. One of the things that we are now working is to find a vaccine that will protect animals against an outbreak, which is affecting the swine industry in the US and some other markets.
I mean, deadly pig virus puts producers in a quandary. This is the Day 1 Register. I mean, this is just today. The government spending $30 million to battle the disease. Do you have something? Is there a vaccine at hand?
Well, we are conducting already some trials that are showing first safety, but also efficacy. And we hope that a vaccine will come to the market soon.
Okay, with the big horse race this weekend, we understand that some horses are taking drugs, other horses weren't. I mean, is there, what do you guys have that is performance enhancing that is allowed and that isn't allowed for animals?
We are providing products that are used by veterinarians. Right. So in our case, Zoetis, it's selling the majority of the portfolio is products that require the prescription of veterinarians. So we provide the information to veterinarians, and they decide what is the best for keeping the animals healthy, and in some cases productive, and in some cases also live longer.
All right. Now, in the presentation of the quarter, there's a discussion at one point where a William Blair analyst asked you about anti-infective usage in Europe, particularly antibiotics, and how Europe has turned against these. Where are we in terms of the politics of Zoetis, both in Europe and this country, versus natural and organic?
Well, there are options that consumers they can choose. Organic today represent in the U.S. about 5% of the total consumption. You see that it's a significant part of the consumption which is not organic. Antibiotics, it's an important tool in the hands of veterinarians to keep animals healthy and also protect these animals against diseases. We expect that anti-infective will grow slightly below what we projected in terms of market growth for the future, but nevertheless, still growing.
All right, one last question. There have been some companies that periodically come up for sale. Lilly bought a company, the Novartis. Are you guys in the market if another animal health concern were spun off from a drug company? Would that be something you kick the tires on?
Well, first, so the recent announcement of acquisition of animal health assets is showing the value, or the high value of these assets. And definitely, we, as Zoetis, will be a company that will be generating significant cash.
Right.
And we'll have the opportunity either to invest in external opportunities or internal or returning the cash to our shareholders.
Excellent. Okay, I think we're at an inflection point judging by that. That's Juan Ramón Alaix. He's the CEO of Zoetis. Hey, don't move because the lightning round is next. Thank you, sir.